having my biggest month ever, biggest push ever, and tips and habits on mindsets that pulled me forward. And I truly believe that having all of these things really pulled me forward. Like, I mean, I know I was pushing, but it didn't really feel like, the orders didn't feel forceful. Like, my morning routine didn't feel forceful. Didn't feel forceful. It felt like allowing. I sold 51,276 on 81 orders. It was all service calls. I made 1,685 calls, and I took 2.5 days off. So before like setting a goal, you have to ask yourself, like, am I willing to put that effort? And like, be honest and check in. We had a conversation before the push, and I was like, honestly, I don't know that I want to do all that work. Like, that's a lot of work. And then I got real, and I was like, all right, let's do this. So I'm gonna have you guys stand. We're gonna do something called Qigong. And I wake up, so this is a part of my morning routine. By the way, who was with me who did it before we went skydiving? Skydiving. Yeah, and how did you feel after?
I was freaking pumped. I was like, let's freaking get in this.
What changed? What changed?
Just my state. I don't know.
Okay, your body?
Blood tingling. And,
great.
Yeah.
Okay, so as soon as I wake up, I drink water. Don't look at my phone. I don't look at my phone until my morning routine's totally done. I do my Qigong. I do EFT tapping, which I'll go over. And then I do this breathing technique that I'll give you guys a really short, I'm just going to rapid fire. And then I meditate, and then I visualize. And that is like staple. If I have extra time, then I will read and journal and make that quick if I can. So, ready? So what is Qigong? So we have energy spots in our bodies the same way that planet Earth does. Like why Sedona feels a certain way, why certain places there's energy spots, right? And we have the same thing in our body. So if we can wake up those energy spots, we can be ultra present, ultra aware. On my all day call days, I put a timer every 50 minutes. I take a tiny little break to reset my body, to reset my mind, to refocus. Yes, we're all high powered, like, go on, I don't need a break, I can go, but like, your brain is a machine. And if you can press pause and refocus, you will be exponentially more productive and more focused. Okay, ready? Okay, so here's what you're gonna do. Start here. So stand on one leg. You're gonna go like this, and you're gonna do it with like energy. Breathe. Go up slowly. Breathe. Smile. Tap your butt. Get that booty. Get the booty. Get the booty. Switch. Make sure you're breathing. With intention. Smile. Now you're going to do this part of your back. Breathe. Breathe. All right. Breathe. Bring the arm down. Give it some love. Here. Go up. Bring the arm down. Jump up. Let your arms swing naturally. Breathe. Okay, now pause. Check in, see how you feel right now. Feeling good? By the way, I learned all this at Brendan Burchard. It's awesome.
Brendan Burchard, yes.
I want right now you to think of 3 words that describe you as your best, when you are at your best. Take a quick moment. 3 words that describe you as your best. For me, mine is loving, committed, and spiritual when I'm at my best. So, got those 3 words? Everybody's locked in? 3 words? So, what you're going to do is EFT tapping. So, the same way we have meridians, let me catch my breath, I was jumping. Same way we have meridians in our body, we have meridians on our face. And we can tap into certain parts of our brain to like instill words and things like that to remind ourselves who we are when we're at our best. Basically like hypnotizing yourself to remember the best of who you are and behave that way. Super cool. So think of those 3 words. You're gonna say them in your head. And so I'll just say it out loud. Loving, committed, spiritual. Loving, committed, spiritual. 3 times. Okay, next, move up here. 3 words. next up here, above the eyebrows, 3 words. 3 times. So you're saying the 3 words 3 times on each center. Now right here at the ears. Now in the back of the head. Now at the top of the head. Now here. Now it's I am. Do a little hop. Shake, 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 shake it. How does everything feel? Do you feel really present? You feel here?
Yeah.
Imagine waking up and doing that every day and really enabling yourself to be at your best. It's a little tool. Okay. I'm going to teach you guys a super quick 1 minute, less than a minute meditation that you can do anytime you're driving. You can do it in a conversation. You can do it with your eyes.
By the way, Sharissa asked for some extra time, so she's going to be going a little longer than 5 minutes, so nobody worry about it. I did approve the time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Super quick, 1 minute meditation, okay? It's called Unified Mindfulness, where you use your 3 senses, seeing, hearing, and feeling, to focus on those senses as a meditation practice. So right now, I want everybody to look at a place in the room. Take a deep breath. When I say see, I want you to focus on that sensation of what you see. See. And if you get distracted and you start hearing something or you start thinking something, go back to see. Look at what you see. It's not necessarily moving your eyes around, you're just seeing with your eyes. Okay, now feel. So pay attention to that sensation, all the sensations that you have. Your breath, any feeling, internal or physical. Take a deep breath. Focus on hear. What do you hear? What are you listening to? Maybe you're hearing a program in your brain. Maybe you're hearing the wind tunnel. Hear. Now go back to see. Take a deep breath. And that's it. How do you feel? Good? Yep, that's a little tool. Put that in your pocket. Okay. So I'm just gonna, in no particular order, quick rapid fire. If there's anything you want me to go deeper on, pull me aside, we'll talk about it. So setting a sales goal. By the way, you guys, this push that I just had, before the push in January, I was going through a funk. I was waking up late. I was not at my best. And I started doing things like this to reprogram my brain to be at my best. So this really does work for everyone. And success really is just a decision away. Setting a sales goal. This is what I did. It's something I learned from Kevin Trudeau, who's a law of attraction guru, billionaire guy. Know how much you're gonna make and where every single dollar is going. The reason you don't have $1 million is because you don't know what you're gonna do with it. So I have it here. This is my push thing. I have the list of where all that money's going. I knew exactly where everything was going. I heard Andy Jonty talk about how he made 100 reasons for his push. I aimed for 100, but I made 46 reasons why it mattered for me to do my best. Your goal has to be big enough to excite you and small enough that you believe it. Big enough to excite you, small enough that you believe it. This next section is getting real. So ask yourself, am I willing to put forth that effort and getting real? Also know what works for you. If you know you can hammer through 3 weeks of a push with no break, great. That doesn't work for me. I took 2 family days off and half a day off for a massage. I also got acupuncture the last week of the push. Know what you can handle and how you're going to heal your body and all this stuff, because you have so much going on. You need to take care of yourself. Set boundaries. Set boundaries for yourself. Set boundaries for your conversations. I had a buddy in Cutco who was texting me he's just kind of a complainer. He's a great guy, but just complaining about customers over text and stuff. And I was like, honestly, like, the complaining doesn't serve you and it doesn't serve me. So, like, can you just, like, cut it out? And he got really offended. And then later he checked himself. He's like, sorry, like, I didn't mean to, like, snap back at you or get offended. I just got really offended. I was like, that's okay. I just need you to know, like, what I need. And, like, you know, so set boundaries. Like, this energy is so powerful, and you have to do everything that you possibly can to protect and retain your positive energy, because that is the needle mover. Setting boundaries, saying no, right? John Broman's a friend of mine. He was in San Diego. We were planning to do a sunrise hike together, and he had to change, like, the date at the last minute. I was like, sorry, buddy, like, I'm not available. Say no and stick to it, no matter how awesome the person is. I put love yourself, give yourself the gift of whatever that goal is. Give yourself the gift of thousands of dollars hitting your bank account. Look at nature when you're driving. Look up in the sky. Feel good. Self-awareness. So our mental programming, I had this moment where I was exhausted, and I asked myself, and I wanted to take a nap. And I was like, we all have these programs set in our brains to where, like, we retell stories and retell things that we believe to be true. Like, if I'm tired, I should take a nap, right? Or do I really need a nap? Is that my gut telling me that I need a nap? So I paused and I asked myself, okay, I had the idea of taking a nap. Is this a program that's just running, or is this a gut feeling? And it was a gut feeling. I sold $5,000 that, like, later that day. I took a 15-minute nap. That's all you need. Give yourself exactly what you need, nothing more, nothing less. Vision, so as far as setting a goal, see as far as you can see. This is another thing I learned from KT. You don't have to see at the 3 weeks at the end of the push or the last day at the end of the year, but see as far as you can see and be okay with that. If you can see the end of the week, see as far as you can see. And then when you get there, see as far as you can see. Skill sets, I was always working on my skill sets. I knew, like, every time I went into an appointment, I would say it out loud. I would say, upgrade, cookware, show flatware. So I was focused on, like, those scripts going into the appointment. The last one I'll share is positive mental attitude. I was focused on the feeling, how it would feel to be just totally blown away at the end. Positive mental attitude, nothing is either good or bad. Nothing is either good or bad. Why are you judging the circumstances? You don't have to let it make you feel a certain way. It can just happen, and you can just be a part of that circumstance. You don't take it personal. It doesn't mean that you're not a good rep because they said no. It doesn't mean, like, and check in, like, maybe there's something you can work on, but nothing's neither good or bad. Take a deep breath and move on. Also, when it comes to positive mental attitude, don't repeat negative stories. Don't keep talking about that tooth. I had a $2,400 canceled order the second week of the push. I brought it up to one person, Jason. It was didn't even spend time on it. I never brought it up again. Why are you retelling negative stories? We're all guilty of this. There's no point. You're just, like, reliving that, and you're feeling it again, and you're focusing on it, and you're focusing on what's not working. Stop it. So ask yourself, when you're feeling a certain way, what is it that I'm focusing on? What am I focusing on? What can I be focusing on? I was excited about $1,000 hitting my bank account. And because I didn't have that last year, I didn't push myself. I didn't take advantage of the program last year the way I am now, like, at all. My last tip would be always do what's next.